All right, it is time to talk. Both 49ers Cowboys in that epic game last night and 49ers Eagles, the legendary one coming up. It's that golden day, right? Where you're in the fresh aftermath of a big game. You get to break it down, but you also have to turn the page and get ready for the next one, which is even bigger against a better opponent. Climbing Mount Everest is not supposed to be easy. But yesterday, it definitely wasn't easy. It was tough sledding for the 49ers. This was a ferocious Cowboys defense, an awesome pass rush. And guess which quarterback in this game didn't look like a rookie for most of it, who was unfazed, who was ready to go up against a really fast defense and a really strong pass rush. That was the guy that you wouldn't expect on paper. That was Brock Purdy. 7th round pick, looked a whole lot more like a poised veteran than the guy who's being paid, $40 million a year, however much money Dak Prescott is making for the Cowboys. Prescott was terrible yesterday. For the second straight season, the 49ers saw their quarterback, even though he was badly disadvantaged, outplay the Cowboys' big money QB. Last year was Jimmy Garoppolo outplaying Dak Prescott with 2 injuries. Garoppolo was playing with half of his body. And in this game, you don't really understand playoff speed and intensity until you play a really good defense in the postseason. Like it's hard to simulate. It's hard to even talk about before, but then you see it. And yesterday we saw it. Throughout that first half, the Cowboys did get Brock Purdy a little bit sped up. They were successful in doing that. But it's not about avoiding getting knocked down in the NFL, especially in a game like that. It's about rebounding from it and showing the composure down the stretch to make the plays necessary to win the game. And I saw Joe Montana at this game. Thought that was fitting. It was a who's who of celebrities at this game, especially Bay Area sports royalty. Barry Bonds was there as well. But you talk about Montana, you talk about guys like Bonds. They're all guys, and obviously in different sports, who under pressure would just sit there steely-eyed and they would get the job done. And that's exactly what Brock Purdy did down the stretch, even though he made a couple rookie mistakes in the first half. He held onto the ball too long there near in halftime. Good thing there's a hometown clock operator. He rolled out of the pocket a couple times to the left again. That's what I've been saying he can't do. But, 49ers, they're playing a really good defense. Dan Quinn is a defensive coordinator who understood Brock Purdy's weaknesses, goaded him into that weakness of rolling out of the pocket to the left to really neutralize some plays, force a throwaway. But by the second half, Purdy made the adjustments that needed to be made. And perhaps the shining example was the George Kittle fantastic 9-yard catch. And I call it a 9-yard catch because it took George Kittle 9 yards to actually secure the football. He's bobbling it every which way. It was a wild situation, right? But that play was actually an off-schedule delivery from Brock Purdy. He's looking for either Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, or as a safety valve, Kyle Juszczyk, coming off of the naked bootleg. But none of those 3 guys is open. So George Kittle actually improvises on the play. George Kittle leaks out into open space. It reminded me a little bit of how George Kittle improvised in the 49ers game against the Commanders on Christmas Eve, and he stole Ray McCloud's touchdown. But as George Kittle improvises, Brock Purdy notices him. And this George Kittle is very complimentary of this. That's really good, calm, collected quarterback play. When you've rolled out of the pocket, you've already exhausted 3 options, to be able to scan back over to the middle of the field and notice George Kittle and hit George Kittle just as about you're about to get hit yourself. That was awesome stuff, and it sparked the 49ers. The 49ers went 7 of 14 on 3rd down yesterday, opened 7 of 12. Purdy made tight window throws. Christian McCaffrey was one of his favorite targets. It was tough sledding, moving the ball yesterday. This was bruising playoff football, and Purdy came through. So yeah, did he have some interception luck? Sure. And there was that drop pick at the end. But Dak Prescott also had some interception luck, and he still threw 2 picks. Purdy was better than Dak Prescott, a lot better. And Purdy's one of the reasons why the 49ers aren't feeling terrible about themselves entering a daunting challenge in Philadelphia, because he is calm, cool, and collected. He is one tough customer here, and he's getting better through this experience. That's the main thing to remember. He's improving through this experience, and next week is going to be the crucible for Brock Purdy, the toughest road challenge that there can be against the Philadelphia Eagles. But you go down in 49ers history for beating the Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs, and Brock Purdy was a big part of that effort yesterday.